Welcome back to my videos, my vlogs on my YouTube channel. A couple things I want to get off my chest real quick. I want to talk about music, music and comics. Again, and I try to keep it under 10 minutes, but let's try to write it back. I want to address music first, because someone told me a lot of times I think soul is the root of African American and Black people music. I would disagree with that. I would say if we're gonna put a soul root for Black music, it'd be like like the Swahili or Kenyan or African American rainforest music. That I would say the root of Black music. Me as a Black person personally, I would consider that. Not soul, R&B. Those are popular in the Black community, but are not rooted in the soul. This actually soul actually derived from the doo-wop music, and that was doo-wop. Obviously, got a lot of white people in it. Plus, it was produced by white people too. So that's my thought of that. Another thing on music I want to get real quick is because that's the whole thing. I'm also Hispanic too, so I can see Tejano, salsa, or Capitan, whatever it's called, for Hispanic and Mexican people. That's considered like ethnicity, and except for Black, white people. They vary. People say country, but there's a lot of Black country stars and Mexican country stars, so that varies too. But those are like the two roots for those. And of course, Asian, you got opera and their I forget what it's called. It's like Peking opera, right? It was really high, and they do like opera style. It's different than the opera we have, like in Europe and in America. But it's their own type of opera. I think it's called Peking opera. But aside from music, I say I'm a big comic fan. I like to read comics, whatever. And I want to do a thing where I like read comics and review them on a podcast. Although I don't have a lot of comics, I'm on a budget. I can't really do that. If people want to send me money, just let me know, and I'll buy comics and I use them to use podcasts. But before I start that, I want to get a rant on Hawkeye and Black Widow. Hawkeye and Black Widow is a lot of people they get upset, because it's Hawkeye and Black Widow, they're the love interest, it's always Hawkeye and Black Widow. But I was really mad about that, because Black Widow's been with a bunch of people. She has relationships with like Daredevil, Cap, of course, and Iron Man, Bucky, the Winter Soldier. But no one ever talks about Hawkeye and Mockingbird, and that really pissed me off, because I was like, Mockingbird was in the comics and was a big love attribute to Hawkeye. It was Hawkeye and Mockingbird. She joined him in West Coast, and she was always like a female Hawkeye. But they never talk about her, and that's kind of pissed me off. She was before the love interest, before Black Widow. But I just want to throw that out there. Alright, so the review comics, the first one I got right off the bat is Army of Darkness. I really liked it. If you saw the movie Army of Darkness original, and the original Evil Dead, and there's Evil Dead 2 remake, and then there's this new Evil Dead the remake. It's a really good solid read if you're in the comics. I would strongly recommend watching those though before you watch it. Second one is, again, I'm trying to speed this up. This is all improv in one take, so improv. I also realized I cussed a lot in my last issue, and I try not to, but if it does slip out, it slips out. I mean, it is what it is. But the second one is I want Kick-Ass 3. Kick-Ass 3 is a good comic I've been reading. If anyone's familiar with the movie or comic, they know what it's all about. The movie's a little different from the comic. Comics are different from the movie, but they're both really good, and it continues to get really good. I'd recommend buying both of those. Third one is Lady Rawhide. For those who don't know who Lady Rawhide is, she's was in the Zorro universe by Dynamite Comics. That's also what Army of Darkness was by Dynamite Comics. They do really good, and it's really intriguing, her storyline, because she's in Mexico, and again, I'm Hispanic, and she meets with Zorro, but they gave her her own story herself. And this is the first issue of it for the Lady Rawhide. As you can see, the issue is kind of cool too. She has to whip and everything. It's a really good one. I'd recommend reading it. Now, for ones I personally like manga. Let's start with American manga first. Adam Warner, he does a lot of good stuff. But I've been reading recently, he is Empowered. This is issue number 7. Really good. There's feminist, not really feminist stuff, but female superheroes and their insecurities and what they do, and it's really intriguing. Another great buy. All right, now we're getting to just regular manga. Then what I gotta agree is I got both of them, so I'm gonna do is Rosarian Vampire 2 and issue 3. It's a really good monster manga if you want to read. It does like vampires, werewolves, demons, goblins, all type of monsters. How about one of the characters? He's a boy and he gets for his monster school he's not supposed to, and like how does all that crazy stuff happens. Good read, none of them must buy. And last but not least, is one of my very favorites right now that I'm having a hard time finding is Parasites. There's this is one oh my bad. Obviously I gotta get used to the camera. That's 1 and that's 2 and that's 3. It's really good. There's all this parasite that affects it's an alien parasite, it affects humans, and for what crazy stuff happens they go on. But yeah, again, those were my comic picks. I just wanted to get that out there. I did my rant on Hawkeye. I did my rant on music. Look forward to more videos. We'll have in touch. If you guys have any questions or comments, just let me know. Always subscribe. Thanks, and follow the video. More to come. His is do what it do. But once again, thanks for watching my videos. It's all good. Take care. Go Houston, because I'm a Houston fan. Let's go Cleveland Indians. Let's go the Oakland Athletics. Let's go the Texas Rangers. And let's go the Rays from baseball. Alright, I'm signing off. You guys take care, man. This is Video Goat Rollins Podcast.